Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of graphing inequalities. This is standard A.3D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 10 of the 2025 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we need to find a graph that best represents this solution set. It's not nearly going to be as hard as it seems because they've actually already done a lot of the work for us. So we are going to have to scroll up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this down here. You notice they give it to us in standard form rather than slope-intercept form. But that's fine. We can still work with this. If we needed to, we could turn this into slope-intercept form, but we really don't actually need to do that. The first thing when we're graphing inequalities is we need to take a look at the sign. What is our symbol that we're using? And in this case, we are using a less than or equal to. And we should always remember that if we have a less than or equal to or a greater than or equal to, that means the points that are on the actual line are going to be included in the solution set, which means it's going to be a straight line like this, that's solid. If we ever have a less than or an equal to, that means the points that are on the line are not included. They're up to that point. They are not included in the solution set. So it is going to be a dashed line. So we've got a less than or equal to, which means we can go ahead and eliminate some of our answers right now. So I'm going to write our answer choices over here. A, B, C, and D. What do we notice about A? A is a solid line. Okay, so maybe it could work. B, solid line. Maybe it could work. But look at C and D, both dashed lines. So that is not going to work. So we've already eliminated two answer choices. We have not even done anything with any of our numbers or our variables. So that's good for us. Now, let's find some points. And there's a few different ways we can do this. An easy way to do this would be, let's just substitute in 0. Okay, so if x equals 0, let's figure out what our intercept is going to be. If our x is equal to 0, that means we're looking for a y-intercept. Intercept. Okay, so let's do 3y minus 2 times 0. That's going to cancel out, less than or equal to -6. So that's gone, so it's going to be 3y less than or equal to -6. And we're just going to go ahead and just turn that into an equal sign just because we're trying to find this one value. Divide both by 3. So that's going to be y equals -2. Okay, so if x is 0, y equals -2. And I do have that in both of these right here. All right, so that doesn't eliminate one. Let's see what happens when we get y equals 0. When y equals 0, that means we're going to be right on that x-axis. So that's actually going to be our x-intercept, or a 0. All right, so if y equals 0, let's just do this. We're going to do 3. I'll do it over here. 3 times 0 minus 2x greater than or equal to -6. Cancel that. We'll go ahead and make that an equal sign. -2x equals -6. And so x equals 3. And we do have an x-intercept of 3. All right, so that didn't necessarily help us. We could have seen that the line is both the same, so that wasn't going to really help us, but I wanted to walk you through that. So x equals 3. So the last thing is are we shading above or are we shading below? Well, we can actually tell with this sign if we're doing a less than or equal to, then that means we're going to go below the line. So less than or equal to goes below, greater than or equal to goes above. But we can also substitute in the origin to see is this part of the solution set. So let's see, 3 times 0 minus 2 times 0 greater than or equal to -6. So 0 is, excuse me, less than or equal to -6. Actually, it's greater than, so it's not a part of the solution set. So our answer is going to be B.